What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. It's been a while since we've been off camera, but we are back. No promises yet because we're still going into like some rough hurdles here and there. But the exciting part is that we have been able to cut out time in our busy schedule, whatever that is, to film today. And we're excited that you're out there. Thank you so much for you guys that have subscribed. We made it to 1K.
Oh yeah, woo-hoo. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and
we were so excited to try to make it to 1,000 subscribers, but life has been so busy. We wanted to make a whole video, and maybe this can be our video.
Just to circle back on our YouTube journey, it's been over a year or almost a year, something
just
like
over
that.
a year.
And we just started from scratch and all that cool stuff. And if you're out there and you're inspired to start a YouTube channel, it's not too late. And the plane is green. You can start with any niche and just do it. I believe that you can do it. The other thing is we were able to film some little clip, but it just happened so fast. Thank you guys for subscribing, and if you've not subscribed yet, this is the moment for you to subscribe. Yeah, so today we're just gonna give you an update of what we've been doing in all this time that it's called the dark edges, the times that we were not.
It wasn't dark.
It's not like bad when
dark edges are bad.
When they say dark edges means the absence of something.
I think you're making that up.
You can correct me. We are not like always point on, right? But yeah,
is that the truth?
Yeah, I think so. Like that time that we were not filming, and what we've been doing in there, so we were able to do a lot of things. But with all that set aside, I just want to ask my wife, now that she has been able to set foot in all the 3 trimesters, which one was her favorite, which one was her hardest, and how does she feel right now?
I don't feel like I can fully judge them yet because people say the last month of the 3rd trimester is the hardest. Okay. And I'm like just entering that. But I feel like if I were to compare time now, definitely the 1st was the hardest. And we talked about that in the past video. It was just, I was really sick. I wasn't able to work. I wasn't able to do anything. We just like both were like, we don't know if we're going to survive 9 months. Like, yeah. We really thought that we got into something that we couldn't handle.
When it comes to someone who you're used to being strong and then they're weak day 1, week day 2, and it's from days to weeks and they just continuously weak, it's the kind of way it makes you get scared. So like in this household, it's not only me that is fit. My wife is way fit than I am, I guess. No. Because like there was a time we went to the ropes course and she's like, she can climb, she can dance, she can do all these good things. But when it came to that season of her life and she's like, I don't feel good. And she's genuinely not feeling good and you can't do anything about it. It's just kind of...
I also didn't know like how to help myself because I've never been like that. And it was frustrating. Like we were talking about this the other day. It's frustrating when the pregnancy or your body, even in sickness, is withholding you from doing what you're used to.
Your daily duties.
So then it's like, it just causes that frustration of, I get so tired, like so fast now in the 3rd trimester. And it's so frustrating because it's like mentally, I still want to do things, but like physically my body is just like not functioning, and that's been hard. But I think the best trimester is definitely the 2nd, which everyone always says that, but it was like you're pregnant, but life was normal. Like I would forget that I was pregnant. I mean, still now I do. 3rd trimester hasn't been,
because we have like this app that is on our phone that we get to read every other week.
Every week.
Yes, on Monday. So it shows us the size of the baby, what the length is, their weight, and how they look like, what has developed, what is growing, what is still developing, and all that. But in the 2nd trimester, every week had something new.
Yeah.
But ever since we got into the third trimester, it's dragging. Like the baby is the same for about 3 weeks. And it's not that cool, but also the baby is now bigger and he's turning. And this guy here kicks, like, he knows what he wants. When you say something, he will make a move and just say, I disagree. Like, it's so kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I have developed a grace for babies. I can now hear babies. We have a ministry where we serve these teenage mothers, and every teenage mother has a child. Like, even those that you don't expect to have a child, they have a child. And these kids cry, they crawl on me and all those things, and I'm just fine with it. Like, that grace has just covered me.
It's been fun to watch, because usually I'm teaching or just there, but then I know in your mind you see these children like as your own, because it's like you're envisioning what that will look like for you. And it's like, it's interesting to see that, but it's also, it's nice to see that because I know that you're enjoying it. But also with that, you had said that I've experienced pregnancy, but lately you're the one who's been bearing more of that.
The symptoms, yeah. So funny enough is that the symptoms that are supposed to be happening to my wife somehow are happening to me. I lose strength, I lose energy, I sleep a lot, and I just get tired. Things frustrate me, like if the house is not so clean and we have to clean it, it's just a little bit frustrating, and like I crave for certain kinds of foods, and I'm like...
More than I do.
Yeah, so like sometimes, what's for dinner? And then like I have a specific thing that I want, and I'm like, I shouldn't be the one to do that. She's got to be the one to do that. So it's weird.
So let us know in the comments if anyone else's husband experienced pregnancy symptoms more than they did.
Now that we're in the season of just preparing for the baby, Lexi's mom was able to come and we received all the things that we were preparing for the baby, built the car seat and whatever, how to work it out. I couldn't even figure out that stuff. And now we built up the baby's crib bassinet thingy. Mm-hmm. And now I am not really sleeping. Like, I don't know why, if you grow into it or whatever. So now, I don't know if you guys know what a power nap is. You're not surely sleeping, but you are napping, you're resting. So in the night, I have timestamps of just waking up and checking if the baby is okay, but the baby is not there yet. And I'm like, what's happening? So then I check on my wife if she's okay or not. Yeah, because now, like yesterday, we went, my brothers, they got a baby. It's a baby boy, and we went to see the baby, and the baby is so tiny. And I looked at it as like, am I ready for the baby or something? Because there is a whole general part of you being ready for the baby. But when you see the original babies, it's like a different part, like a different experience, because it's real time. So I don't know. I'm just like suckling in the bliss there.
Cosmos is already living in the life of we have a baby, which is interesting because usually things hit me first and then we'll hit Cosmos like months later.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, I don't know, it's a weird season. Even friends, family, like everyone is like, are you nervous? What are you scared of? Are you excited for this or that? And I feel like it's just, we've just been like going day by day. I think I can think of maybe 1 or 2 times it hit me that I was like, okay, like this is real. But it didn't last longer than like a thought.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I just like it is what it is. I feel like what can you do about worrying? I don't know. I think it's important though that, especially for anyone who is an expecting parent, like if you do have a spouse in the picture, like it's so important just to communicate everything together. As much as you might think it's like over communicating, it's really not, just so that you're on the same page and that everything is together. And obviously that would be worst case scenario. Like for instance, if we went into labor right now, you would have to be the one to get all of our things together because we're not together. Our app has been telling us for a few weeks to pack our baby bag, to prepare the nursery, all these things, and we've done nothing. But we washed some clothes today, so that's a start.
We're going to start setting up our emergency pregnancy bag. And one of the things that we've just done and made sure that we, like, right now the car is at the garage, just making sure that it's ready for that moment. Like in case of an emergency, we just hop into the car, we go. So we've just put together some, measures of when uncertainty hits, what we're going to do. But it's not to say that we're over prepared. We're just also getting there because like some things we're lazy about because the app has been telling me, as a partner, set up the bag. This is the moment for you to put aside the bag and be what. But the truth is, I don't know what is going to go into the bag. But
we'll do the bag together. But I think it's true. Like, I don't think that the app is necessarily wrong. I don't think that people are wrong. I mean, I know people who pack at like 25 weeks, and like we're just not those people, and that's okay with us. Like, I think if we were to go into labor and the bag wasn't packed, I wouldn't have a panic attack. If, for instance, we don't get like his little cute outfit that we wanted him to wear at the hospital, like it wouldn't be detrimental to us. But I know that there are some parents and people out there who really care about those things and value them a lot more, that it would affect them. And if that's you, then I think it's okay to prepare that stuff early. But I think just for us, we're not really like crazy. Not that that's crazy, but like we're more like kind of go with the flow. So like if it were to happen, then we just use what we have and
we have
do our best.
We have the pieces out of our hearts to do what is the most important in that moment. Because like we have things we would love to have, because we've seen this on our wedding where you have planned every second of the wedding, but then it comes a time where there's something you needed in that moment, but you just didn't get it. So for example,
we have to be willing to let go of it.
Yeah. So like we have these things. It's like a card box that has the baby name and whatever. We would want to take their first picture on that day, but in case
I forgot about those. We need to pack those.
If in case we forget those, which she has already forgotten. Hilarious. Yeah. But if you see, like, we snuck the end of the world, we will have to redo it later and then put the 2 instead of the first day, second day, and whatever.
But I think it's a healthy thing to remind you of, not to get like super materialistic or like super consumed in what you see people posting on social media or what you see around you or your friend or family member did or whatever.
Some of those people are over prepared and they have a team around them that does those things.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, some of those things, we do have a little outfit that we have in the sign, and like we did invest in that, and it's something we'd love to do, but don't allow that to determine your day. Like your focus has to be like you're bringing a baby into the world, and that's a gift from God, and like the blessing that you made it that far as a couple. Right. Like as long as that happens and everyone's healthy, then everything else is just extra. Like at that point, like we're doing our best to prepare. We definitely have things and have been gifted things that we don't necessarily need in order to raise a baby, but it will make raising a baby easier. Much and we're easier. So thankful for so many people who've blessed us with gifts and different things, but don't
overstress.
It's not worth it.
It's just funny because like these moments are always hard and different, and you have not experienced them. And people who have, they always have something easy they would always tell you. So with the wedding, they'll say, focus on what is important. Your husband, don't care about the decoration, don't care about this. But if it's your wedding, you're more caring about what the wedding is going to look like, what the decorations and whatever. But in the end, all that matters is you two. So here in pregnancy, some old guys during the baby shower, they was like, the baby doesn't need all those things. The baby is like, you can put the baby in the drawer. And we looked at each other, we was like, drawer? A baby? Oh no, we can't do that. But for them, they have had more babies and they know what is important, what's not gonna kill your child. Like sometimes we get too scared. I know like when COVID hit, there were people that wore about 4 masks just to feel secure. So as parents to be, there are things that we feel insecure about that we want to be so sure that we have, and it's always just pushes you in the deep end of buying things that you might not necessarily need to use.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when time comes in the near future, when we make another video, we'll be telling you things that we bought for the baby that we never got to use.
Yeah. My best advice, I think, would be, I mean, even for weddings or events,
Or anything,
babies, whatever.
Baby showers,
like,
whatever.
do your best to prepare as much as you can. Like, truthfully, I think it's so important to have plan and have structure. But on that day, you literally have to release all of that control into someone else. And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, great. Like, either way, like, because at the end of the day, there was a billion things I planned for a wedding, got to that day, none of it happened. But if I would have stressed over that, I would have missed out on like actually appreciating that day and being present.
Right.
And I'm glad like I was able to just let go of it all and enjoy the day. And the same thing goes for the baby. We're going to do the best we can in preparing, maybe starting next week. And then whatever happens that day, like we'll just put it in God's hands and surrender it. And if something doesn't go the way you expect, you just have to have peace, because it's the only thing that's going to bring you joy.
Right. And so part of like our absence has been more of baby preparations and all that. We hosted mother. We took pictures of baby bump pictures. I don't know what
maternity photo shoot.
Yeah, we did that. When we have a few couple pictures that we love so much.
Yeah, we'll be posting them on our social media pages. So if you don't follow us there, it's always in the comment. No, what is it called? The description box on all of our YouTube videos is our social media. So you should look there for our photos. They turned out really good. Of course, Cosmos took most of them along with his brother, who helped take some with the two of us.
We love you, Arnold. Yeah. He's always around us, always. He's going to be taking our pictures and all. So.
But it was fun to be able to do that. And my mom was here during that time, so she got to go with us, which was fun.
Yeah.
I thought of something else.
Well, what did you think about?
I don't remember. I just forgot.
Oh, gosh.
But our ministry also relaunched ministry at the beginning of this year, which I know the year is like almost halfway through now. But we are like, we usually keep our ministry separate from the YouTube.
Right.
But our ministry grew like tremendously this year, probably times like 4 or 5 times bigger than what it normally is. So that's been a huge blessing to be able to reach more people. But that's also consumed a lot of our time.
Indeed, because then I don't know if you have pictures of me, because I had to make boxes for the file folders. We have to go downtown and buy the things in there just to prepare. And if you have questions that you have for us, always be sure to share that. And in this moment, we're just going to go for something hilarious, something funny that I came up with just in preparation for the baby. So we have questions like our child, our son, is gonna have to learn to wait. We both speak English, which is good, but the funny story is the things that I call different, the Lexi calls different. On the other hand, so we're gonna just do a rapid. We put up a picture. You see what Lexi calls it and what I call it. If you're okay with it. You ready?
Okay.
What do you call this, babe?
Pants.
Trousers. What do you call this?
A bush.
A hedge. What do you call this?
A trunk.
We call it a boot. What do you call that?
Carpet.
You call it a carpet or a rug?
I call it a rug. You call it a carpet.
Okay. Last one. What do you call this?
A couch.
We call it a sofa set. I know, like just you leaving.
I've been brainwashed.
I'm affecting you because I know, like sometimes when we call our family in the States, they're like, what is he talking about?
They don't know what I'm saying sometimes.
Yeah, because
like minced meat.
Yeah.
I thought minced meat was in America, but they say it's ground beef.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it's called.
She's affected. Yeah. So that marks the end of our video and our update. Thank you so much for watching. We love you guys. It's amazing for us to be back. And just don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. You can
let's
share.
get to 2,000 now.
2K. We can do it.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Yeah. So God bless you. For those of you that have asked us to pray for you guys, we pray for you every day. For those of you that let us know where you're watching from, that is also amazing. We have people watching from America, South Africa. We have new ones from Liberia. We have Guinea.
From all over the place.
It's just everywhere. So let us know where you're watching from. That makes us know how far we're getting to reach. Toodles.
Toodles?
No, bye.
Bye.